Have you ever poured your heart and soul into building a WordPress website, you hit publish, and then nothing? Just crickets? Well, if you feel like your website is lost in the digital wilderness, you are absolutely in the right place. Today, we are going to cut through all the noise and make SEO simple, giving you a clear, actionable plan to get your website found. So if you're ready to make your website visible, let's dive in. This is the question, right? It's the one that keeps so many website owners up at night. You've built something amazing, but are the right people actually finding it? If it feels like you're just shouting into the void, trust me, you are not alone. And the good news? We're about to show you where the light switch is. So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to start with the why, like what even is SEO? Then we'll cover the super important basics inside WordPress itself. From there, we'll pick the right tool for the job, walk through the initial setup, and wrap up with the simple daily habits that are going to make a huge difference.
Okay, first things first, before we touch a single button or setting, we need to understand the core concept. What is it that we're actually trying to do here?
So SEO, it's just a fancy acronym for search engine optimization. But at its heart, it's not about trying to trick Google or anything like that. It's really just the practice of making your website easy for search engines to understand. See, when Google gets what your content is about, it can confidently recommend it to people who are searching for the exact answers you provide. And that confidence is what gets you ranked higher and brings in all that great natural traffic. And I love this analogy because it makes so much sense. If your website is a book, then SEO is basically the librarian. It puts your book on the right shelf, gives it a clear title, and writes a helpful summary on the card catalog. So when someone walks in looking for that specific topic, the librarian knows exactly where to point them. That's what we want Google to do for our website.
Okay, let's move on to the foundation. And here's the really good news. If you're using WordPress, you're already way ahead of the game. But there are a couple of crucial things we need to check to make sure you're not accidentally hiding from the very search engines you're trying to attract.
Right out of the box, WordPress is built with clean code that search engines really like. That's a huge plus. But, and this is a big one, there's a simple mistake that can make your entire site invisible. Deep in your WordPress reading settings, there's a little checkbox that says discourage this site from indexing. You have got to make sure that box is unchecked. Now, just look at the difference here. The top URL, it's a meaningless jumble of letters and numbers. It tells you and Google absolutely nothing. But the one on the bottom is clean, it's descriptive, it uses keywords that tell everyone exactly what that page is about before they even click. In WordPress, you can fix this in your permalink structure. Just set it to post name. It's one of the easiest and most powerful SEO wins you can get. All right, now we're getting to the what, the single most important tool you're going to use to manage your WordPress SEO. This is what's going to do all the heavy lifting for us. And listen, this is the most important thing to remember here. You do not need to be a tech genius. A good SEO plugin is like having your own personal technical assistant. It handles all the complicated stuff, like creating sitemaps, which are basically a roadmap of your site for Google. So you can just focus on what you do best, creating awesome content. Now, when it comes to plugins, you're going to hear two names over and over again, Yoast SEO and All-in-One SEO. And honestly, you cannot go wrong with either of them. They are popular for a reason, and their free versions are more than powerful enough to get you some amazing results. The most important step is to just pick one and get started. All right, let's get into the how. Once you've picked your plugin, there are just a few simple, one-time steps to get everything set up the right way. Seriously, this is as simple as it looks. First, you install and activate the plugin just like any other. The next part is crucial. Run the setup wizard. Both Yoast and AIOSEO have these fantastic wizards that just walk you through everything. This will include connecting your site to Google Search Console, which is like your direct hotline to Google. The wizard makes it totally painless. Just follow the steps and you'll be done in minutes. Okay, so with that one-time setup done, our focus shifts. We're moving from configuration to creation. This is all about the simple habits you'll use every single time you create a new post or page. And this quote is so important. SEO is not a set it and forget it kind of thing. It's a practice. Every single piece of content you publish is a new chance to tell search engines what you're all about. And the great thing is, your SEO plugin gives you a little control panel on every post to make this super easy. Think of this as your pre-published checklist. For every piece of content, first, pick one main focus keyword. Second, write an SEO title that makes people want to click. Third, write a meta description that backs it up. Fourth, link to other relevant articles on your own website. This is huge for Google. And finally, for your images, give them descriptive alt tags. It's just simple text that describes the picture. It's a simple routine that pays off big time. So, now it's time to turn all this knowledge into action. You've got the why, you've got the what, and you've got the how. The only question left is, where are you going to start? Think about your most important page, your homepage, a key service page, maybe your most popular blog post, and go apply this checklist right now. You've got this.